Yeah. Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room, is pop, 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 like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word, he ain't this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LAX. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't crippin' on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's with the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options, used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wok, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with me at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gossip. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, trying to curse the imposter. Shit get out the pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Shit that hate, make it to the featherweights. Niggas claim they hard, but they sweeter than a dedication. Hold on, think it's time to introduce. I'm a man and a beast and a stepper and a roller. Hold on, and a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on, and a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Try to stay humble, my shit crazy. Cold leader, need the blue stripes, no brick back. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gun shy. Fuck that little bitch, she a hook. Niggas swear he the go, bring him to the bush. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in their feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with me. At the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
I'm from Philly, it get hot, you catch a cold case. I'm one West, these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned me to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit and I ain't leaving. Ski mask transform to war mode like I'm Voltron. Stamp on my head and my chest from the most high. Put something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died.
Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim me riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die, skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus P, fuck a 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with me. At the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
Fuck what them bitches gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't give a love fuck what them niggas gotta say. I'm a West nigga till they put me in the grave. I don't care about what they say. Hey. Fuck with my Akima, fuck with my sisters, then I got a problem, I'm never gon' miss you. I got 100 hanging out the AR, I got a 50 hanging out the pistol. He say it's corner, I'm just being realistic. I be on them corner posted with the realest. If it's the Sabbath, then we going fishing. I'm reeling them in, that's a God-given mission. I'm really on 10, but I'm stamped in the pistol. I get the order, be glad of this mission. Hebrew Academy graduate, nigga. Training, go through the baddest conditions. I don't fuck with none but the baddest of bitches. She righteous, submissive, she glad to be with me. Had that thing Putin like that, man. Niggas, she know I'm a prophet, she glad to be listening. Respect, I ain't having that shit. Tell her go make some business from scratch. She bitchin' the different breed of black men. We don't do the back bend. I remember back when I was really trapping, trying to get the racks in, selling dope to black men. But now I'm trying to make it straight. Like, forget about my face. We standing up straight, can't fold us. Too heavy, the world won't hold us. Go get you some rank, I told you. Line up in these ranks, we sold you. You can take that to the bank, we focus on. How many times must we remind you? One body, one way, some break off, but never take up as a place. When the law with with you, ain't no up next. It's just us, nigga, that's that on that. All that weak shit, that ain't no threat. Say you won't beat, bitch, with that ain't no sweat. We with all that. The Lord called a nigga out the world. I responded and called back. Oh Lord. And everything that they stole from us, fuck that shit, we want all that. Them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, YAHANNA, we unaffiliated with them. Like with they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. We unaffiliated with them. I cannot fuck around with fake niggas. We taking ground when we in your city. You better hide the women, hide the liquor. Keep that bitch on me, please don't butt the system. Don't be a fool and be another victim. Say you a goon, you just another Christian. How you my brother, you ain't in here with me. We in the gutter, deep down in the trenches. We with them niggas locked up in the prison. Fucking Hispanic, Native American, Indian. We ain't just talking shit, but we living in it. We be everywhere, you can't miss it. And we be fresh as hell, take a picture. And we special now with the scriptures. Play, we gon' screw. Yeah, we some killers. These niggas tripping, they mind blown. Swear business, forgive me if I'm wrong. I don't get it pause when niggas say that they be looking for niggas to slide on. The slide that I know about is when I send with the Glock with the slide for real. I get the order, you know that it's slaughter. See me and my niggas gon' die for kill. The bigger the better for kingdom of heaven. You niggas get wet up by me cause I'm fed up. I rep UPK. My niggas won't let up. Got choppers, got knives, AKs, Berettas. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with what me and my nigga like, bitch, it whatever. You say you don't like me, you say you won't fight with what me and my nigga like. My nigga like them niggas snitching and they act like bitches. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They killing women and they fuck with sisters. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Come under command and general, YAHANNA, we unaffiliated with them. Like with they tongue and they say they keep that shit 100, we unaffiliated with them. They telling lies, switching up the doctrine. That's why we unaffiliated with them. They ain't gon' ride until they die, so that's why we unaffiliated with them. Yeah. See, they always ask us like, why y'all fuck with such and such? Why y'all won't come together with such and such? I be like, we unaffiliated with them. Understand me? Like, niggas be out here on some weirdo shit. Yeah.
Okay,
I've been in my Bible lately. You understand me? Like, shit crazy out here.
World said fuck us, so we said fuck the world.
You know,
the world said fuck us,
Matthew 24:13.
so we said fuck the world.
He that shall do to the end.
The world said fuck us,
Shall be
so we
saved.
said fuck the world.
Fuck the world.
The world don't love us,
No.
so we said fuck the world. Look, I know your kinfolk gone, but hold on. I know them lights ain't on, but hold on. Look, even if you feel you got nothing to hold on, I got a message. God said hold on to your sanity. I know you in a position that you ain't plan to be. With our lives, we're not addicted to gambling. You feel the pressure and the thoughts in your head are scrambling. You feel the storm getting closer. You feel like giving up before you even start, then it's over. You feeling like fuck it, you going through too much to be sober. Life is passing you by as you do this over and over, over and over, over and over, over and over. Time to make a change now. Instead of that, you fall a victim to the same now. Starting to find out that this life is not a game now. Back against the wall, couldn't run as the poor man screamed to the top of his lungs. Said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world don't love us, so we said fuck the world. For real, look. Cover your eyes, don't wanna see the blood on the leaves. Bodies of eyes innocently hanging from trees, floating in screens, blood in the water, blood on the altar. Still don't believe justice is coming. Heavenly Father, did not Christ say vengeance is mine? Don't even bother. When he return, it's gonna be slaughter. Ooh, I know you don't wanna face it, but what's real love sound like hatred. And you gotta be fucking crazy if you think they gon' get away with killing all them babies, feeding them to alligators. All the women that was raped if the transatlantic slave trade made us build a nation that we can't partake in. School to prison, pipeline, mass incarceration. All the lives that's been taken, hated to love it. You only talk about forgiveness cause we never get justice. I think you really reluctant. I remember hearing a hood nigga say all the shit he would've done if he was living during slavery. Look what's going on today, and you ain't doing a damn thing but putting shame on your ancestors' name. But who's to blame? All these drugs, pills, weed, beans, and lean and cocaine. I get the feeling that we living in a big dope game. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world said fuck us, so we said fuck the world. The world don't love us, so we said fuck the world.
This is Wix Studio, built to meet any brief. When your project calls for bold creativity, design freely on
Backroll.
Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see, most of them scared to witness. Go on, close your eyes, cause one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying that that commissary hit before it run out. Riches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers, my hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Waiting on this war been my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Living in this war been my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, they got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably put in this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home and change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fancy on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. That's why I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s, Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. It's that guy flow, it's that shit that rappers die for. It's that uncut Tahoe Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making a hop hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. The king, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart grip, my bow tie. Waiting Been on the stove in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know life. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the stove in my whole life, my whole life. I will wait.
Dirty Bird.
Back roll.
Not no more. It's shocking.
I will wait.
Yeah. I've been feeling how I'm feeling like. Fuck how niggas feeling, I've been waiting my turn. Walking through the pits of hell, still feeling the burn. At 3 in the morning when I'm tossing and turning. Shorty gripping me tight, tell me it'll be alright. I'm gripping the pistol, having visions of death. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death. I'm in the alleys, it's a scully on tilt. I'm ready, pull his homie, conflicted in heart. Spent too much time in the midst of the dark. I'm itching in this truth just to play my part. On a Saturday in the depths of the dark, where the zombies walk. Times Square, let the scriptures bark. And the generals talk, fishing for that young man or the princess he called before the reapers involved. Show your chariots, Lord, dead in the middle of their war. Let your trumpets blow, revelations reveal. Let the sky crack wide, show the color of Christ. Let me watch the descent before I enter my chamber. Allow me to enter the chamber, see the truth is amazing. Hoping, wishing, and praying. I earn my place in the kingdom, plant my feet on the pavement. Put my brick in them chasing for the crown of this promise. For that crown of this promise.
Right, sure
144.
Sure is. We wait for instructions and orders in these truths, man. Wise man once told me to seek counsel. Never rely on your own understanding. It's not. This UPK, the heart different. Black on black boots ain't forces to walk different. Muscle energy, the thousand to spark different. And learned about the scriptures from generals taught different. Game bred pit with grip, the bark different. Priests and officers, we captains to talk different. Proper side of the wind, and I endure to the end. Strapped cause niggas rock Christ and ain't nothing to him, but check it. In your city, we them niggas on the corner. And all black changed men that put away the former. We militant, disciplined as niggas that's in order. We shield swinging off our neck and fringes on the borders. Born rugged in these streets, learned the codes and the politics. And I ain't wait for the Lord, he got me out of it. Hood nigga, hard knock alumni with scholarship. Big Glock was up on my hip, up in them colleges. And you ain't saved if you a Christian and you waiting on it. Heaven not by observation, go and take that moment. Cause your faith is in your work while you debating on it. I'm enduring to the end, this Glock ain't got no safety on it.
Turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed the old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he wasn't my round. Hey, play my niggas, lay you down, they all down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here, spit shit.
Shalom, Israel. ISUPK coming out of 1 West Harlem, New York, 125th Street, under Commanding General YAHANNA. And since 1969, we're bringing out the truth that so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians are the true children of Israel per the Bible. I'm your priest and officer, Lashawan, bringing it to you today for Day Live, Lashawan Qadash. Today you're going to start learning the Hebrew, so that way you'll be better prepared for not only on the Sabbath day when you start joining the Sabbath service, for whenever you're able to be online or physically at the school for a holy convocation, a feast day, or a high holy day. You'll be able to speak the prayers with us. You'll be and this is also to make you a better priest as well moving forward. It is essential that we all eventually learn the Hebrew language, because at some point in history, this was the only way that we communicated as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. As a matter of fact, let's see. You know, there's scriptures about the Lashawan Qadash. Let's see. You know, there's actually scriptures in the Bible about that gives context to our language. And again, you know, at one point, this was the only language that we spoke. So this is how Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians communicated with one another before the integration of the white man and their laws. Before they shoved their laws down our throats and forced us to learn their language, right? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians had their own native tongue. Just like how when you go to Russia, they have their own dialect and their own language where they speak Russian. Same thing when you go to Germany, same thing when you go to Switzerland. They all have their own native tongue with which how they communicate. You understand? Technically, it's all gibberish. I'm going to be honest with you. It's technically all gibberish. Now, the Lashawan Qadash is the original language. And the scriptures will tell you that it's the oldest language of the people. You understand? Before there was any other language, there was Hebrew. And this is how we communicated to one another. When we greeted our brothers, it was Shalom, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Barakatah. And to the sisters, it was Shalom, Yahweh Shema, Lathem, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, Tadawafia. However, what they try to do to debunk the Bible or try to, you know, steer Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians away from it, or they try to say, oh, well, the letter J or whatever the case may be wasn't a part of that, the alphabet until 1600s or whatever you want to call it. Like, you know, technically, who made the English alphabet? Let's be real here. Who made the English alphabet? Did that come from the English, or did that come from Greek and Latin? Let's look it up before I go to the scriptures, right? You asked the correct question. Where? English. Let's see what Google says. Now it says the English language spoken in America today is rooted in Old English, which originated in England. Specifically, it evolved from the Germanic languages brought to Britain Anglo-Saxon tribes in the 5th century AD. This Old English then evolved further into Middle English and later into early modern English. The language eventually made its way to the Americas through British colonization. And it says Old English, this was the earliest form of language spoken by the Anglo-Saxon tribes who settled in Britain. Middle English. This stage developed after the Norman conquest of 1066 and was influenced by the French. Early modern English. This stage emerged in the 16th century and continued to evolve. American English. As British colonists settled in America, they brought their English language, which then evolved into the distinct form we know today. And that's where the English language originates from. Okay. And if I forgot to shout out the chat, shout out to young man Hector that's in the chat. Always faithfully in class. Beautiful thing. Shout out to Hamza Rafiq that just checked into the class. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the sister. Shalom Yahweh Shema Them Bashim Yahweh Shah. You know, now that's where the English language derives from, right? Now let's see where the original Hebrew language originates from. Now, it says the original Hebrew language, or at least its earliest attested forms, derived from the Canaanite language group, which is part of a larger Semitic family of languages. This Canaanite language, which is believed to have been spoken by the Israelites and other groups in the Levant, evolved into the Hebrew language we know today. The Canaanite group is considered a West Semitic language with roots in northern Africa and southern Africa. The Canaanite origins. Hebrew, as we understand it from the Bible and other historical records, is the dialect of Canaanite. This means it shared a common ancestor with other Canaanite languages such as Phoenician, right? And it says Semitic family. Canaanite, and thus Hebrew, is a member of the Semitic language family, a large group of languages spoken across the Middle East, North Africa, and the Horn of Africa. Other Semitic languages include Arabic, Aramaic, and Akkadian. Historical continuity. There's a clear connection between the language of the El Amarna letters, which are cuneiform tablets from before the Israelites settled in Canaan, and the Hebrew language as we know it. Evolution and development. Over time, Hebrew evolved and developed its own characteristics, influenced by factors like the Israelites, monotheistic beliefs, their interactions with other cultures, and the development of their own written tradition. And it goes on to say other stuff or whatever, how it's influenced, right? Now let's ask, is the Hebrew language the oldest language that exists? See, it's good to get a good emphasis in history on the Hebrew language in its entirety, right? Because you have to study its history and study its origin in order to study the language itself and how to speak it correctly. Because in today's class, we're going to go over the Hebrew alphabet as well. Let's see. It's not giving me an accurate. All right, screw it. So, you know, Hebrew is a very, very important language for the Israelites because, again, like I said, this is how, as Israelites, this is how we communicated throughout the land of Egypt, throughout the land of Israel, you know, traveling throughout the other lands, or even when we were punished by the Most High and sent among the heathens in other lands like the land of Samaria. You understand? And throughout these lands, you know, this is how we communicated as a people. Just like how every other nation has their own native tongue in which how they communicate, this is how we communicate as Israelites. Now, in the scriptures, it also gives us background about the language as well. If we go to the book of 2 Kings, chapter 18, verse 26, it says, "Then said Eliakim, the son of Hilkiah, and Shebna, and Joah, unto Rabshakeh, speak, I pray thee, to the servants in the Syrian language, for we understand it, and talk not with us in the Jews' language, in the ears of the people that are on the wall. Now, for a complete breakdown, I'll refer to my camp leader, but I brought this scripture out to give you background on the language because this is part of the history of our people, the Lashawan Qadash, which means the Hebrew language. You understand? And like I said, it's good to know the history and the background of the language so you can further know, moving forward. That's the best way. All right, it's like knowing where you came from so you can know where you're going moving in towards the future. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if that makes sense. Like, because sometimes we as people, we move around in life without having any background, any history, not knowing where we came from. We got a lot of children that was adopted, don't know their own background, own family background, anything like that. So, with that being said, it's good to know your history, which is why I teach history on Mondays as well. And it's also good to know your background in the language that you speak as well. Just like our Hispanic brothers and sisters. If they study the background of their dialect, they'll understand that the Spanish language doesn't even belong to them. They used to speak Hebrew as well. If we go to the book of Acts, chapter 22, verse 2, it says, "And we then heard that he spake in a Hebrew tongue to them. They kept the more silent, and he saith," verse 3, "I am verily a man which am a Jew, born in Tarsus, a city in Cilicia, yet brought up in this city at the feet of Gamaliel, and taught according to the perfect manner of the law of the fathers, and was zealous toward God, and ye all are this day." Now, what he's telling you is he's giving you a backdrop of where he came from, how he was brought up and raised, and how he was taught the language. And it said he was taught according to the perfect manner of the law, because the law is perfect. Because the law, this is why I said what I said in Kashaka Wars class yesterday during scripture breakdown. If we keep the law, statutes, and commandments, we don't know of sin unless it speaks about it in the scriptures, because we're not sinning. So we don't know what sin is unless we learn about it in the Bible. Because the Bible says, "Thou shalt not kill." So if I kill, I transgress against the Bible. "Thou shalt not steal." If I steal, I transgress against the Bible. "Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife." So I know if I sleep with my brother's wife, I'm committing adultery. This is why the scriptures say you won't know sin or lust or greed unless you know the law. Because by knowing the law, you're automatically going to know what not to do, because it's going to teach you what to do. And if you don't do that, then you're transgressing, which is why the law is perfect. The Hebrew language just takes time. It just takes time and repetition to learn. It's going to take time for us to learn this language, right? But we will learn it over time. Now, if y'all ready to get started, let me switch cameras. Bear with me. Let me see if I can get some zoom in action. All right, y'all bear with me. Let me see if I can get some more light, better light on it, so you can see what I'm teaching here. Gotta be able to. Y'all put a 1 in the chat. Let me know if you can see that top row. I'm putting the light on as best I can, and I still got to be able to stand up to it, right? Now we want to start with the first letter, right? The first letter in the Hebrew alphabet is Ah. Ah, A-H. Ah. In the Hebrew, it means a lot. A-H-L-A-P. Ah, La, and then Pa. Take the A off. So it's Allah. 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 Right? See, even when we break the alphabet down, you're still using the alphabet to spell the actual Hebrew word. And then I'll give you the English text to it. So means Allah in the Hebrew. Allah. A-H-L-A-P. Allah. Allah. Which means cow in the English. Which means cow in the English. So which is Allah in the Hebrew, which means cow in English. So Allah. All right. Next letter. Ba. B-A. Ba. Ba in the Hebrew, which means boyath. B-O-Y-A-T-H. Boyath. 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 Ba means boyath in the Hebrew. In the English, that means tent. Jacob was the tent dweller. Right? When Jacob and Esau was born, Esau was a skilled and cunning hunter. Jacob dwelled in a tent. He was a tent dweller. He liked to kick back and relax. As a matter of fact, let me pull that precept. Bear with me. I'm gonna be bouncing back and forth between cameras. Right. So Ba, which means boyath in the Hebrew, right? Boyath in the Hebrew, that means tent in the English, right? So remember Ba, B-A, and then next to Ba you put boyath, B-O-Y-A-T-H. That's boyath. And the English term for boyath means tent. Now the scripture for that is the book of Genesis, chapter 25, verse 27. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man, meaning Jacob was a regular brother. He didn't do nothing crazy.